On the beautiful 4743, 111, 2006.
Why do Hope's skating class and swim class have to be on opposite ends of town?
The universe delights in persecuting Ridge Forrester. RJ needed a bath.
Oh, I already gave him one this morning.
Well, he got into something green, and I don't look too closely when it's green.
Well, I'm not much help around here if everything I do has to be redone.
That's parenting, remember?
Have you talked to Bridget?
She and Nick are going to need some quiet time today. You were very empathetic with Nick at the hospital yesterday.
Yeah, well, guess I was remembering when you and I lost our child, as I'm sure you were.
Yes, of course.
I always seem to do that, remember similar situations. Hope and I passed a car that was, people were changing a flat tire, and I remember when you and I had to do that as well. We were all dressed up in our gown and tuxedo and all.
And I was the only one who knew how to use the jack.
Yes, thank you for bringing that up. From having dinner in Milan or Paris, and there's always some Americans at another table complaining about how the service isn't as good as it is back home. Or beef isn't beefy enough, I don't know, whatever. I think, well, why don't you guys just go home and stay there? And I realize I'm pretty much the same way. You know, nothing is ever as good. It's never as meaningful as it is back home in this case. What you and I had, the life you and I shared.
Okay, I think it's time to take your meds.
Logan, I know I hurt you. I know I hurt you bad enough for you to think you were in love with somebody else. Nick. Maybe you still are. But I can overlook all that. I can forgive you for Nick.
When I called you today, where were you?
The doctors?
The doctors.
The doctors.
To have an abortion?
You can go and be with my mother now. No one will blame you. You can have a child with her.
I called the shelter. They're going to send somebody over to pick these things up.
I'm really glad they're going to be put to good use. Do you believe that things happen for a reason?
Some do, some don't.
Either everything happens for a reason or nothing does. If there's a reason that people are born and die, then there's got to be a reason that soup boils over. We just can't see it.
You know, Bridget, I'm not one who's ever tried to figure God out.
I told you that I had an abortion. I told you that I killed our child. And now she's gone.
happened to our daughter is a medical crisis. You did not cause it.
I know all about the physiology of what happened. What about my faulty cervix? What caused that?
Don't do this, Bridget.
I know
Please
that this is
don't.
crazy thinking. I know that. Like, what if I say I wish that someone fell off a cliff and then they actually do? I don't have supernatural powers. I know that. I'm not saying that I caused this. I'm saying that I deserve this.
God does not punish people by killing their children.
I don't blame God. I blame myself. I loved Nicole, but I loved her too late. Mostly she was a device for me. I used her to find out how much you loved me. And when the answer wasn't exactly what I wanted, I went ahead and thought that...
I asked you not to do this. Now what happened is a terrible thing, and we have to be gentle with each other, but I am not going to let you stand here and tell me that I don't love you.
We would not be together if I hadn't gotten pregnant. We both know that.
Let today be hard if it has to be hard, but don't unravel what we have. Don't do that.
I'm not... I just want to honor Nicole's memory. And the only way I can think of to do that is to undo all the wrong that surrounded her.
Tell me what you want.
You thought that loving me was the price that you had to pay for fatherhood. And I let you do it. I felt things with you that I'll probably never feel again. But what I can do now is be the person that I wished I'd been able to be all along. I can tell you that you're free to go.
How arrogant can you be?
People keep asking me that.
I've done nothing to need your forgiveness for.
I didn't accuse you of any crime. I'm just saying that when we're not together, you lose your way.
I needed to be without you to find my way. And my being with Nick wasn't some stupid mistake on the rebound. You really have no idea what was between us.
Why aren't you with him now?
I've had enough of this conversation.
Logan, do you think this is just some silly flirtation to me? I left my wife and my kids because in my heart I believe that my place is with you. If that can't be, I want to know why. Is it Nick?
If you think I would ever pursue a relationship with Nick.
No, I don't. The multitude of people out there harping on how they thought you were going to try and steal your daughter's husband away from her. Did you ever hear me say that once?
No.
No. And I wouldn't, because he's hers. And you can't think of him that way.
That's right.
Yeah. But none of that would have ever happened if he was the man you thought he was, Brooke. He would have done what I did. He would have thrown over everything for you. I think you know that. What kind of life do you see yourself having here, Brooke? You see yourself being in this house alone? Me coming over and playing with the kids, you throwing me a smile and a sandwich, and then kicking me out at the end of the day. Is that really going to do it for you? I don't think so. Because I think you're too much like me.
I'm not.
Yes, you are. You live in your skin, not in your head like Taylor. Not in some tortured fantasy like Nick. You don't think your way through the day, you feel your way through it. You want to be touched. You want to feel someone warm and alive in your hands, just like I do.
You know, I can't decide if I'm finding you more or less interesting.
Being interesting is overrated by you Forrester people.
Why didn't you tell me that Nick's marriage to Bridget was shaky?
There's a bunch of stuff we should discuss. How about we talk about it right now?
You know, you're really sweet, but you're in the wrong movie. I'm not some tragic beauty longing to collapse into some strong man's arms. I am bitter, difficult, sickly bitch interested in only one thing. My son's future.
How do you know that's not my subject, too?
So you're saying we stayed together for the wrong reasons?
You know we did.
No, I don't. That just isn't true. It's not just love that brings people together, Bridget. There's other things involved, like vanity, and sex, and fear, and loneliness, and ego. We faced all of that, and we didn't drift apart, and we could have. But we didn't. We held it together, and we found love. And I'm not saying I wasn't stupid and I didn't make my mistakes, but when we found out we were pregnant, the world changed for me.
The world changed again yesterday.
Well, I didn't. I didn't. You knocked me out. Here we are one day after the worst thing that could have happened, facing the darkest places inside of both of us. You know, you got guts, girl, but you don't have any faith, and that's my doing, and I'm sorry.
I have no idea how you can admire me right now. Guess it's just one of your charms. Nick, I just can't block out the past like you can. I don't have that quality. Honey, I loved our time together. I loved our life. I loved the life that we almost had. But when I look back, it just all seems so simple. We had a life together because you couldn't have the one that you really wanted. But you can now. Do you hear me? I'm telling you that you can.
I'm your way out.
No.
I am your way out of this maze, Brooke, that you've gotten so lost in. With Nick, your daughter, my father, all of it. Why don't you try letting things be simple again?
Oh, God, Ridge. Things were never simple between us.
We had things get in the way, yeah. But they're all over with. We're both free and clear. And all you have to do is say yes. Just like that. Yes.
I think you better go.
No, that isn't what you think at all. Is it, Brooke? Go ahead, tell me. Tell me. 'Cause I know you want to.
Bridget? Come here. Look at me. You are my wife. Did you forget who you are to me?
Our child is dead.
I know. And I miss her, and I miss the dreams that died with her.
Oh, Nick, our child is dead.
But we
She's
aren't.
dead.
Feel this. Put your hands there. You feel that? That's my heart beating. And I don't know how many days it has left, but I know I want to spend every day I have with you, if you'll let me.
Everything that was holding us together is gone.
Is right here. Is right here, in this room, right now, in this moment. But they've taken so much from you. And that's why you want to cut me loose, so there's nothing left to take anymore. I understand that, but I can't let you do that. And if you don't love me today, and if you can't love me tomorrow, you can love Dominick. You can love my son.
Honey, of course I love you today. I just don't want to be alive today. What if I can't love Dominick the right way? What if I resent him? Hold it against him? That he lived and our little girl didn't.
You already love that boy. You know that. And you'll never resent him. Because it's just not inside you. This I know.
I want to be a mother to him. I'm just really afraid I don't
Bridget.
want to.
Hey. Nobody, nothing is going to take him away from us. Nothing.
You think your son's future depends on Nick and Bridget's marriage, but there is something you're overlooking.
Such as?
Felicia, we only had one night in Nice, but maybe it meant more than we knew.
Dante, let's be clear about this. There can be no future for you and me.
I know that. I was talking about your son.
And why are you interested in my son?
It's natural, considering the
No,
fact
it's
that
creepy. It's morbid. I've seen the type. Gravitating to terminal illness, getting off on the pathos, the panic.
I like you, Felicia. Think you're great. but not as much as you think, okay?
Then what is so critical for you and I to discuss that you won't take no for an answer?
Your son's future. It may not be what you had in mind for